in the building. I don't want to talk about something Dante's Boxing Nation brought up, and I think it's a very important point. I don't want you guys to feel me on this, okay? Because to me, you know, there's a lot I could say, but I'm gonna get into it right now. So after Floyd Mayweather left boxing in 2015, before the motherfucker could get out the sport, they already had Chocolatito as pound for pound number one in the world, ahead of Andre Ward. Okay? Y'all do remember, they didn't give Andre Ward his props. Now, Ward fought Kovalev, I think, in 2017. So Chocolatito was pound for pound number one in 2015 and then 2016. But Chocolatito got toppled, I think it was in 2017, the same year with Andre Ward. Andre Ward beat Sergey Kovalev the first time. They say, no, you don't deserve to be pound for pound number one with that win. So he had to rematch Sergey Kovalev. Beat his ass the second time in 2017, I believe it was, and knock his ass out. And then they gave Andre Ward pound for pound number one because Chocolatito just got beaten by Saran Visai. Okay? But here's the thing. It took Andre Ward forever to become pound for pound number one. You know, you would think automatically Andre Ward would be pound for pound number one. Nope. They didn't give him. Made him work for it. Okay? Andre Ward retired, I think, at the end of 2013 or 2019. I can't remember which year he retired in. I think it was 2018 or something like that. He retired after Sergey Kovalev fights. Now, after that, I believe it was when Terrence Crawford beat, I think it was 2018, Terrence Crawford beat Jeff Horn, I believe it was, one of them. And then he had become undisputed, I think in 2017 or something like that. In 2018, he beat Jeff Horn. Terrence Crawford became pound for pound the number one fighter in the world. Then I heard all these criticisms and all this stuff about him. Okay? 2019, Canelo becomes the pound for pound number one guy in the world. Alright? And Canelo is pound for pound number one. No, before that was Lomachenko, I believe. Lomachenko was up there. And then Lomachenko was, ESPN was calling Lomachenko pound for pound number one in the world, blah, 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 blah. Lomachenko gets his ass beat by Teofimo Lopez in 2019, I believe. No, 2020, I believe it was. All right? I want to show you guys something, because it's something I'm saying. Terrence Crawford, still up there, right? Crawford comes back. Before Crawford could be pound for pound number one, Canelo all of a sudden, he's pound for pound number one after beating Sergey Kovalev, right? He ducks Jamal Charlo, and he faces Sergey Kovalev, beats Sergey Kovalev. He pound for pound number one in the world. And Canelo stays pound for pound number one in the world in almost everybody's list. Well, before that, Triple G, Canelo beat Triple G. Before that, Triple G was pound for pound number one in the world. So Andrew Ward didn't get it before Triple G. Triple G was, at least ESPN, Triple G was pound for pound number one. Andrew Ward wasn't pound for pound. I'm just saying, it's kind of bullshit that will happen in boxing. But anyway, let's get back to it. I want to make a point, because there's a point I'm making. Right. So Canelo's pound for pound number one in the world around 2019, thereabouts. He's pound for pound. Everybody say he pound for pound. Even though Terrence Crawford's continuously knocking out fools until Terrence Crawford, let me tell you when I had Terrence Crawford as my pound for pound number one, but he really was pound for pound number one all the time. When Terrence Crawford beat Sean Porter, the way how he beat Sean Porter, the way how Terrence Crawford beat Sean Porter, I knew this guy was special. I knew he was proven. I knew Sean Porter was a top 5 welterweight in the world. Okay, gave everybody problems. Everybody except for Cal Brook. And even then, it was a close fight, but Sean Porter, anyway. Sean Porter got stopped by Terrence Crawford. I said, this man is pound for pound number one in the world. I can't hold it back. Canelo goes on. He's doing his thing up to last year. He fought 4 guys in 1 year. Became undisputed. Shout out to him. Now, he was pound for pound over Terrence Crawford, but we could argue, okay, he had a resume, whatever. But anyway, at the end of the day, Terrence Crawford, everybody was accepting Terrence Crawford pound for pound number one, even Floyd Mayweather, everybody in the business who really know boxing, they would say Terrence Crawford pound for pound, not Canelo. Now, anyway, some of the fighters said Canelo. Alright, so we had a dispute between Terrence Crawford and Canelo, whatever. That's clarified. Canelo jumped up to face Dimitri Bivol, and he lost. But who does the ring have as pound for pound number one right now? Naoya Inoue. Who does Transnational Boxing Board have as pound for pound number? Alexander Usyk. Really? All these guys coming up on the pound for pound list, and then they dropping off the pound for pound list. Or they pound for pound number one, but for how long? And then they drop off. But this dude, Terrence Bud Crawford, has been pound for pound top fighter in the world, and he has not dropped off. He's continuously there since 2000, and even before 2017, he been at the top. The real pound for pound number one in the world, y'all, is not Canelo Alvarez. It's not Naoya Inoue. Let's stop with the bullshit. Alexander Usyk did some incredible things. Shout out to Alexander Usyk. He is the real deal, by the way. But I can't crown him pound for pound number one when Terrence Crawford, way back in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, been consistently dominated. Well, he's about to face Errol Spence. But the winner is definitely going to be pound for pound number one in the world. Okay? On everybody's list. There's nobody else. Don't tell me about nobody else, because it's going to be undisputed this time. When he beats, if he beats, sorry, not when. It sounds like how, if he beats Errol Spence, right? Because I don't really know. I'm favoring him kind of like, but that's only because I see more of him than Errol. I know Errol can box and can do a lot of other things. But if Terrence Crawford beats Errol Spence, he is, pound for pound, the number one fighter in the world. And he has proven it way before 2017 when he became undisputed. This guy's gone through 3 divisions. Everybody's talking about Naoya Inoue, but Inoue only been around 2017, somewhere thereabouts. Fucking Terrence Crawford been doing this for how many years? The man has proven he's top bred. Everybody else is getting knocked off the top except for him. Everybody else don't have no fucking foundation that y'all crowning as the king. They all have flaws. Lomachenko, mid-range fighter. Canelo Alvarez, don't move his feet enough. Roman Gonzalez, don't move his feet enough. Chocolatito. Triple G, don't got good defense. But they pound for pound. They pound for pound number one over Terrence Crawford, the most complete fighter right now out there, and ambidextrous. Come on, man. The man proved himself. Why is the man not pound for pound number one? But everybody who knows boxing knows Terrence Crawford is pound for pound number one. They know that. I'm not saying that Inoue's not a pound for pound fighter. Hell no, I'm not saying that. But they take it, you could see that they call them old media. Old media is pushing a certain narrative. The people who have to earn that shot in this boxing business is the black people. Let's be real. Let's be real in here. I don't like to sugarcoat shit. The black boxer always under scrutiny. The black boxer always has to do more. And it's bullshit. When a boxer deserves his spot, he deserves his spot. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says about pound for pound lesbian opinions and bullshit. That's bullshit just to allow shit to happen. Pound for pound number one in the world is Terrence Bud Crawford. And he keeps on proving it time and time again. He keeps proving it time and time again. So, this little Inoue guy, I know he was high up a pound for pound list on the ring. But that little Inoue guy, he not pound for pound number one. And y'all gonna be mad at me. But I know what I'm saying. And I know what games they playing. You want to be pound for pound number one? Earn it. Earn your fucking stripes. Otherwise, you're going to get knocked off the fucking pound for pound list as quickly as you can. It happens to many because they push them up too soon. They pushed them up too soon. Lomachenko, excellent fighter. but he was pushed by ESPN. And then they started to lie to make this guy what he wasn't. But yet they will criticize and make it hard for another fighter of another complexion to earn that spot. But you overcompensate. You look at the bullshit, man. Stop the bullshit in boxing, man. Y'all need to stop this bullshit. If a fighter's good, he's good. But don't overdo it with a fighter, man. Because it's not helping them. Teofimo Lopez bought into his own hype, thinking he was undisputed. Motherfucker was not undisputed. You still have work to do. You should have unified with Devin Haney. You might have won. I like Kambosos. He's appealing for a rematch. And shout out to Kambosos. I like that dude. Because he's a stand-up dude. He's a stand-up dude. I like Kambosos. And I'm telling you, man, that Kambosos is going to become world champion again. He's going to become world champion again. I like Kambosos a lot. I don't care what nobody says. I like Kambosos because he's the only guy I've seen so far. But they're going to try and fuck you up, Kambosos. Don't buy into no fucking hype up that they try to hype you up. Because they was trying to hype you up before, too. Don't play into those political games that they try to play. But I like Kambosos. Let me say another person I like. I actually like Bitterbiev and I like Bevo. I like Inouye too. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, y'all. Because I can see the fucking writing on the wall. Because y'all fans is drive. You drive your favorite fighters into getting beat. You drive them into getting beat. You're not driving them to be great because they're not going through the process. They're not going through that difficulty that they need. You just prop them up and give them too much praise. You just boost them up into the sky and you fuck them over. And that's part of the game. That's part of the game. That's what they do. If they get to your head, you're in trouble, boxers. Listen to me, all the boxers out there. Don't buy into the bullshit. Don't buy into the bullshit. You be the best boxer you could possibly be. And everybody knows Vasily Lomachenko is a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. Okay? I'm not saying that now I knew he's not a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. I'm a fan of it. Now I knew. I knew him way in the beginning. I knew him way back. It was phenomenal. So when I make an assessment about a fighter, it's not because I hate them. It's because I actually want to see them pump the brakes on that bullshit. Pump the brakes on that bullshit. Because there are people in the industry that have agendas and are playing fucking games. And they see the fighters as pawns. Don't let yourself be played like that. Don't let yourself be played like that. You know what I mean? And that's very important. Because they will use a fighter to their ends. And then when your ass lose, you know what they doing? They using that now. They feeding off of you and your loss. And I don't find it justifiable. I don't find it right. And the industry, the way how it is, the fans are also fucking pawns. Because guess what? Most of the fans don't know shit about boxing. So when the authorities say something like that, they certify a certain dude, the fans just go with it. They just go with it like fools. You know what I mean? Because they're not thinking with their own skull. You're not thinking with your own brain. Okay? And anybody who know me know I just love boxing. I don't care about race, none of that shit. Okay? I'll tell you who my favorite fighters are. But that don't mean I won't judge them objectively. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you love boxing, if you love the sport now. I'm not talking about I fucking love a boxer. I don't love a boxer over the sport. I love this sport. I do this sport. Okay? I box. Okay? So I love the sport for what it is and what it does for me. And also just the way how the sport is wired is a great sport. It's a great fucking sport. And they have great fighters in this sport. And we don't respect them enough. And if you have a healthy respect and you are a fan of somebody, you must know when steps are being skipped because motherfuckers want to try and fast track a fighter into something it's almost like a wicked sort of thing. They're trying to see how far the car can go before it crashes. And that's what fans will do, and that's what the fuck the industry will do. They put a fighter up on a pedestal further than they could reach, and then the fighter had to live up to that. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's why I'm saying the person who has the baddest burden right now of being pound for pound number one on everybody's list is Terrence Crawford. He should be having the pressure on him, not Inoue. Inouye's new in the game. Inouye's now getting this pro game down. He's rising really fast because, you know, he is growing in size and weight, but y'all need to pump the fucking brakes on this dude. And I'm glad, you know what? I'm going to put it this way. The lower weight classes are getting some visibility, so that's cool for Inoue. But we saw what happened with Roman Gonzalez. We saw what happened with Lomachenko. Haven't y'all learned anything? Haven't y'all learned anything? We need to be honest out here. If you tell me Usyk and Terrence Crawford, I'm gonna tell you why Usyk. Now, Usyk proved himself. He went through Michael Hunter. Okay? He went through Derek Chisora. He proved himself. He went through Maris Bredis. You dig what I'm saying? Okay? He proved himself. He just went through Anthony Joshua, a guy that nobody thought he could beat because it's too big. Okay? So that dude, he's going through crucibles. He's going through contemporaries in his place. And he's chopping them down one by one. Right? He fought this dude, what's his name? Tony Bellew, right? So he's gone through names. The only name this homeboy has gone through is Donaire. Donaire. I ain't even gonna talk about Navarro. And he actually went 12 rounds with Donaire. He got tested. Passed the test with flying colors the second time because he knew what to do, of course, being a boxer, made his adjustments. But in addition, Donaire's an old ass, man. Donaire's old. Not no disrespect to Donaire, but he's old. He's old. He's got to be tested again. He's got to be tested again. I think he will pass. Because like I said, we'll break it down with Casemiro. Casemiro, you just had to keep him at bay. He could pass that test, but he needs to get that test. Y'all fans need to chill. Y'all need to pump the brakes. Because every time y'all coronate your so-called pound for pound number one fighter, guess what happens to him? He loses. It's like y'all curse the pound for pound number one fighter with the bullshit you do. Just because y'all don't want to see a black fighter on top. What the fuck, man? I said it. I don't understand the industry. How stupid it is. So, Crawford gonna be facing Spence. And we're gonna see what happens with that. But if Crawford beats Spence, y'all better coronate that motherfucker. Y'all better put him as pound for pound number one. Because Crawford going to have to follow that up with something else big. You have a couple of defenses to do. And we'll see if he gets knocked off or if he maintains his pound for pound number one status as the best fighter in the world. Which undoubtedly, the evidence shows he is the best fighter in the world. Can do way more things than Usyk can. His skills, abilities, the eye test, his level of opposition, is good to decent. All right, man. And what you need. I just saw that and I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. One guy been there, standing all the time. Everybody else is popping up and getting toppled. Popping up. If you getting pop up and topple, you ain't the best. You can't be the best. You can't be the best. One of the things about being the best is longevity. You're supposed to stay at the top. You know what I mean? Longevity. They just pop up and then just drop off like flies. How you can be? And one guy staying at the top all the time. The guy that's staying at the top all the time, he gotta be better than all them motherfuckers. Ain't nobody toppling him. I'm gonna catch y'all later on What You Need. Peace.